This is your weekly trip to Paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi. Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K. Taking it easy, Louisiana State Parks. Follow your outside voice to our parks and historic sites. Farm Bureau Insurance, Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Veterans Help Foundation, Relief Windows, Experience, Quality, Service, Catering Cajun, creative catering from casual to corporate. Visit Baton Rouge, an authentic Louisiana experience. Murphy Law Firm, don't be a victim twice. And by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.
Welcome to this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana. Here we are, Bedroom, Boudin Cajun Meats in Gonzales. Got a special guest today. I'm Gary Risponi, but there's another Baton Rouge, North Baton Rouge, old native, John Langwell. A lot of y'all might remember him in the Grand Isle rodeos and the snapper fishing, but today he's got a new passion, hog hunting at night with the special cameras and scopes. So, John, I hope you got some great news for us today and got some great video.
Yeah, I got some good video and loved the hog hunting, got away from all that offshore fishing and really just been at it for about 4 years with the night vision scope, killing them at night. And it's been a blast.
Well, I tell you what, y'all stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot of that. We got the H&H Rodeo and Tournament Report. We got some news items, and definitely we got to Berkeley. We're gonna see a fishing report. You notice we got no other guests. John probably gonna be making a couple trips over here during the year because he might chance to let me go hog hunting at night. So stay tuned for more Paradise, Louisiana. Special guest, John Langwell.
Stay tuned for more Paradise, Louisiana. Voted Best of Louisiana Outdoors 3 years in a row.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at Olin's, where you know you always get the guaranteed low price. Olin's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. We believe you deserve a quality job.
Well, the reason why I would recommend him because he's trustworthy. I mean, attention and love and respect of who you are, what you are, and the purpose why you came, he honors that. Once you're with Murphy, you got a friend.
Benny's Unlimited Wash Club memberships start at $14.99 a month. Wash, rinse, and repeat every day. Join Benny's Unlimited Wash Club at one of Benny's 7 locations.
John, you go to a lot of functions, and past Thursday you was at Wild Night?
Yes, sir. Always try to make them when I can. Yep.
But your wife works for one of our sponsors. She has been at Louisiana Fish Fry. Christy's been there years.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a lot of the prizes there with Louisiana Fish Fry. We had Cass and Cajun. We have so many of our sponsors there. Catering Cajun, excuse me, boy. I'm messed up real bad on that one. But it was a big night. And the main thing, they honored Mr. Joe Harris.
Yeah.
His family was there. There's so many things they brought up, Mr. Joe did. All the committee. Sam Barbera and them did a great job. Sam took over. And the food was outstanding.
Yes,
the
it
fellowship was great. It gave some tremendous prizes away.
They sure did.
What impressed you most of anything about what they're doing right now at the Louisiana Wildlife Foundation?
It's a good thing, and I'm glad they support the gift to the wildlife and fisheries. You know, it was a great event, and it was good to be there. Had a good time.
Always.
Is that good?
Coming up this Thursday, we're going to be together again because they got the CCA star.
Yeah, I'm going to try to make that too. That's always fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's always
You've been there a couple times.
Oh,
too.
yeah, just
you
a couple.
won a few trophies. We'll
Yes,
talk
sir.
about that later. Here's some sights and scenes in Shortwood. By the way, they had Chef Philippe Parola. He was there talking about the Asian carp and the silver fin, and I got a few sound bites from him and seen some of the things they're doing with the silver carp. Stay tuned. Go back to it. Here we are, Wild Night.
Chef Philippe, we're at the Wild Night, the Wildlife Foundation serving silverfin, the Asian carp solution, eat the problem. And Gary, you know what we're doing, so you go on and show some of your movie that we made with those fish jumping all over the place.
Oh, right there, we got them right there.
Yep,
We got them
that's right.
right there.
That's right.
Yeah, over there, on the bank. I was there.
That's right, you were there.
Yeah, I want to feed me one.
All right.
Put a little thing on, feed me one. On camera, Philippe.
Yeah, I use my finger, I'm sorry. There you go. There's Gary Spoon trying the Asian carp fish cake, the Louisiana solution.
That's what it is right now.
The Louisiana solution.
That's a fish cake. Look at that with this all
That's
special
right.
sauce.
Show the inside of the bowl. There you go.
Look at that meat in there.
There you go. Perfect.
That's good enough.
I can't imagine a day without music. You go downtown, you can find some music. You come uptown, you can find some music. Monday night, they got music. Every night of the week, there's music somewhere. Baton Rouge is a place where it's easy to make friends, it's easy to hear some music, and it's easy to come back. We got the music, we got the food, and we got good people. So with that combination, you can't lose, right?
You ever come to Louisiana?
Hey, we've been fishing together for years, as you watch the show, but I got my captain's license. I'm ready to take you out to share the kind of experience that I grew up with my family having. Give me a holler, chefkd.com. Don't tell nobody, but we gonna cook and eat pretty good on board. See you soon.
Well, the reason why I would recommend him because he's trustworthy. I mean, attention and love and respect of who you are, what you are, and the purpose why you came, he honors that. Once you're with Murphy, you got a friend.
This is Don Dubuque asking you to join me as a member of the Coastal Conservation Association. For 30 years, CCA has worked in Louisiana to conserve our incredible fisheries, making sure that our fishing is great today and for generations to come. Whether looking out for redfish and specks, eliminating gill nets, building reefs across the coast, or work at the state capitol and in D.C., CCA is doing what's best for the fish and the sport we love so much. Your $30 membership will ensure that this work and our great fishing endures well into the future. Go to ccalouisiana.com and join CCA today.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. John, I've been trying to get you over here for, I know, 2 years. I'm trying to make a hog hunt. We're going to call this Busting Hogs. And at night, how long have you been doing that?
I started about 4 years ago, and a good friend of mine, he has about 43 acres off the Amite River, and he allowed me to come and shoot some of these hogs he was having problems with, tearing his yard up.
Everybody's having trouble with hogs.
Yeah, everybody. And what I did is I didn't have no night vision scope or nothing, so what I did is I started going in the afternoons, late in the afternoons, because you know they come out at dusk dark, and for the first couple hogs, they were starting to come out at dusk, and I killed a few like that, then they went nocturnal. And then when they did that, I got a lead on maybe using a green light on my scope. So you could go at night, You shine the green light on them, and you know, they say it didn't spook them. Well, most of the time, it spooked them in some kind of way, shape, or form, but I ended up, you know, killing like, I think it was 6 hogs that year. I killed like 3 in the daylight, 3 at night. And fortunately, my wife did her homework, and she got me a night vision scope for the following year.
Boy, that's some good homework.
Yeah, it was a Christmas present. It was the best Christmas present I ever got, because once I started using that night vision scope, they had no idea I was even there. And you know, there wasn't no light really reflecting to where they could get spooked. But you know, unfortunately, these big old boar hogs come out from, you know, an average 11 o'clock to 2 in the morning. So you got to stay up late and stay up a lot of hours just to wait for that special time for them to come out. And fortunately, over the last 4 years, I've killed 35 hogs on this man's property. And
somebody's wanting to do this, okay? But everybody's killing hogs, killing them, and I've been hearing a lot of other people have been doing it at night. You know, when you get started hunting at night, okay, and like you said, you got the scope, you got everything. How you start videoing it?
Well,
these cameras, these scopes got
this scope here is
video,
it's
right?
called ATN Excite 2 is what I had. I got the new 4K Pro. What you do is you press a button just like a camcorder, and it starts videoing. And there's another button on the top that you can press and take pictures. So if you don't want a video, you can take pictures. And the scope runs off a battery. You can plug a battery pack into it that'll stay charged up for 24 hours. Or you got to use 4 AA batteries that average about an 8-hour charge. So I got the battery pack, it straps onto the stock of your gun, and you plug it into the side of the scope, and it works extremely well. But the new one now has a battery built in to the scope, and it stays charged for up to 18 hours. So you ain't got to carry the big battery pack. But
you do this all year long?
I do it before deer season, and I hunt deer, and then I'll start right after deer season until springtime, till the weather starts getting hot.
Yeah.
And
well, you at night, it's still hot and humid.
Yeah.
But you do some at night too. During the summer.
Not a whole lot, no. I normally try to go during it's cool, because I got to drag these hogs out by myself, and they average 300 to 400 pounds.
If somebody watching this show and they know they got some hogs, and I know all rabbit hunters, fox hunters, everybody's always looking for a place to run. Can they contact us and contact you, and then you go to the
Sure, I'll give them some tippers, but what I like to do, it saves a lot of trips in the woods. So this property here don't have the overabundance of hogs. So it's not like you can go to some places not far away and they drive down roads and hogs are everywhere. Well, the hogs don't come out in the day over at this place because they're very, very smart, and most of the time it's really big boars. So they're smart enough not to come out in the daytime. So my prep is I get a post hole digger and I dig a hole in the ground and on each right of way, and I fill them up with corn and pour molasses in it. And then what I'll do is every now and then I'll go check the holes during the daytime. And when it looks like they've wallowed out a hole this big around that's 2 foot deep, and you know they hitting them holes and they haven't finished eating the feed, what I'll do is show up that night. When I see they're hitting it aggressively, I'll show up that night, and 90% chance that hog will come out again at that following night. So you got to keep the bait coming. So once that bait's gone, you got to dig another hole and start the whole process over again. And the success rate's really, really good.
You know, we're watching this exciting. I remember the first time I saw some of your video, and it was on Don Show. You know, you put it in there on a contest at Bayou Wild. But now you are sitting there right now, and there's a lot of people watching this right now. I hope there's a lot of people watching this in Paradise, Louisiana. Somebody wanting to get started, where would they start? Tell me how to do it.
If they want to what?
They want to start. They want to doing this themselves and get.
Oh, it's a good thing. You got to get on ATN is what it is. ATN's the scope manufacturer. They're out of California. So the scope runs about $700, and it's a one-shot zero. They're very, very simple to sight in. You shoot a shot, and then your next shot, you bring the crosshairs to where you hit before, and you set it, and it gives you your certain numbers. And normally your next shot is right on. So there's not a bunch of wasting bullets. You don't have to bore sight or nothing. And you just got to get one of them, and you're going to spend $700 to get one. And it's been enjoyable. Like I said, it's a treat. I don't even want to deer hunt no more because this hog hunting's so fun. The only thing, you know, that's the downfall is, in the place I hunt, is it's in the middle of the night. Now, if you have a lease and you have hogs that come out in the day, you can also use this scope in the daytime too, and you can deer hunt with it. It's a daytime, nighttime scope. So, you know, if you have a lot of hogs on your property and you want to use it in the day, that's fine. But if you have trouble seeing them in the daytime and you want to kill these hogs, well, go out at night with one of these scopes and you'll do good.
Thank you for the news. Thank you for what you're doing. Get rid of these hogs, because they are definitely a problem. We'll bring you something more about what's going on with hog hunting. We're going to bring somebody from Wildlife and Fisheries here pretty soon. Keep bringing some footage back to me. Maybe,
yes,
you know I'm noisy, but you told me you didn't think I could make it, but I might try one time.
Yeah, I think you'd enjoy it. It's a blast. Yep.
Yeah, we're going to come back. This wasn't his passion a few years back, and we're going to show you what his passion was. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. We're at Brad Jones Cajun Meats in Gonzales, Louisiana.
The best part about being a member of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative is that it's your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
There's no better way to cool down this summer than with a delicious thirst-quenching Polar Pop Cup from Circle K. The Polar Pop Cup is the coolest way to beat the heat. Fill your Polar Pop Cup up with the flavors you crave in crushed or cubed ice. Nothing stays cold longer, so you can stay refreshed all day long. Stop in Circle K today for an ice-cold Polar Pop Cup. Polar Pop Cup, only at Circle K. Take it easy.
The perfect event calls for the perfect spread of authentic Cajun cuisine. And Catering Cajun has the planners, packages, and chefs to ensure your event is long remembered. For weddings, corporate lunches, or anything in between, give us a call.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. And no, man, we always talking about tournaments. You fished to many of them. You know, well, we got the H&H Rodeo and Tournament Report. We had some big tournaments that came up. We fussed at some of these kayak people. They didn't send us a report, but I got a great report came in right now from Lafayette Kayak Fishing Club. They had their big tournament over there, and in Calcasieu Point, excuse me. They had the slam. First was Johnson Squints, Van Noy, and second was Josh Red. Third was Butch Riddell. Fourth was Scott B. Emmenu, and fifth was Terry Abear. The big flounder winner was Scott Reed, and leopard redfish was Matt Carr. Guys, y'all had a great tournament. Send us some pictures. You know, we enjoyed doing this and sending, you know, the invitation and try to help your attendance. Send us about 3 weeks in advance, Gary at Paradise, Louisiana. But it's real nice for y'all to send the pictures of the winners and give them a little credit. Nice tournament, keep it up, keep us in mind. Now, the media bass, they just got through with one of their championships out of Bayou Black. The media bass had about 40 or something boats fishing. First prize was $10,000, and that went to Rumwood, Chavez, and Santana Thiel. They had 30 pounds of fish in 2 days. They had their 10-fish limit. I can't tell you how many 10-fish limits those people had in 2 days. It was some outstanding fishermen. I saw some of the big names that barely made it into the top 20, but there was a bunch of them now. Second place was Carl Bourgeois and Doug McClung. Doug, if you remember him, he was on that LSU fishing team for years. He's out there right now, and he's been winning tournaments. They had 10 fish at 24 pounds. Now, the next 4 or 5, you won't believe, they're all 24 pounds, 23, 4, 7. They separated by
some good fish, huh?
just a few ounces. It's
Close.
unbelievable. Now, first place was 30 pounds. You know, they were 6 pounds heavier than everybody else, but the rest of them was so tight, all the way down to 10th. So I'm going to name them all. Kyle Bourgeois and Doya and Doug McClung, Kobe Watson and Zachary LaBeouf were in 3rd. Cody Sullivan and Matt Benoit was 4th, and Ronnie Este and Alex Badron was at 5th at 23-4. So I think they got a next tournament coming up. You look on their website, it'll be October 20th, 21st. So it's gonna be at Lake Chico. Now, the IFA Redfish in Hopedale is coming up on the 27th. I want y'all to stay tuned because that weekend is going on. I'm going scout with 2 ladies, okay? April Rube and Melissa Lawson. I'm going to fish with them while they scout this coming weekend, while they scout for the Hopedale tournament, the IFA. So I'm going to be bringing some pictures. I got a bunch of pictures of them right now and being the fishing reporter right now. Some of the stuff they've been placing in their daughter Anna. I've never did this with 2 ladies in a boat, but I'm going to be there. I'm trying not to black cloud them, but they have placed in some of the first 2 tournaments. They got together and met each other about 4 or 5 years ago, but the last 2 years they've been fishing together, and they usually got 100 boats, and they've been placing in the 30s and 40s. It won't be long. They'll be one of the winners. So congratulations, all girls. Y'all stay tuned, Paradise, Louisiana. I'm going to go fish with them. Now, Friday and Saturday, this coming Friday and Saturday, the Marsh Invasion fly fishing trip is going to be at Point of Shane. That's the Costache, I'm going to say that right, Costache fly fishing club. Name is Glenn Cormier. You want to get in touch with him, it's going to be at Point of Shane, 318-793-5855. So get in touch with him. Let me see what else I got. I got some more tournament rodeo reports. This is also news. It's part of the news. And Dose of the Coast is an organization that came up. It's been started the last 3 or 4 years. It started by Ashley Ferguson, Wildlife and Fisheries. It started in memory of her dad, how much time she had of fun. They got their first fundraising banquet to be at Crown Bistro on Perkins Road on October 27th. So you look on their website, doseofthecoast.org, and find out. By the way, we've been talking about tournaments again. Sam Barbera with the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries Foundation are going to bring back a redfish tournament. They used to one of the first ones started a redfish tournament. It's going to be 2 redfish under 27. The kids, they're going to bring a kid, he'll fish for free. They're going to have a fee, but they got 2 dates. May the 4th, 2019 at Campos and Shell Beach. Robbie Campos is going to be helping with that, and then on June 15th, they're going to be at Venice Marina with Mike and Bill Butler. All the proceeds are going to be going to Dose to Coast. So I think that's all my turn-up reports, and we'll come back later with a few news.
Pause moving and storage.
We just sold our house.
Congratulations.
We have 2 weeks to move.
We'll deliver a few containers.
Our new home's not ready.
No problem. You can store things with us while you're between homes.
We might need help.
We'll refer trusted packers.
We'll be staying at my brother's.
Well, that sounds...
He has kids of his own.
Well...
5 of them.
Ma'am?
Help.
Trust us for local and long-distance moving and store at our storage centers. Pods, moving and storage, solved.
Well, the reason why I would recommend him because he's trustworthy. I mean, attention and love and respect of who you are, what you are, and the purpose why you came, he honors that. Once you're with Murphy, you got a friend.
So what are you going to do with the speckled trout? That's right.
There's just no doubt about it that this is a place where food is created differently from anywhere else in the world because it just couldn't happen anywhere else. We're a culture made up of so many different people, love of ingredients, love of cooking styles, and they all right here. At the end of the day, that's all Baton Rouge.
Benny's Unlimited Wash Club memberships start at $14.99 a month. Wash, rinse, and repeat every day. Join Benny's Unlimited Wash Club at one of Benny's 7 locations.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. There's a lot of news going on, but there's 2 big ones that came up. One of them is yay, CCA. All the work they've been doing, and it came out, the oyster harvest in Big Lake and all in those areas right now, since they stopped the dredging, it's increased by 50-something%. It's back up, it almost went to zilch. Now, why they don't do it in other places, don't know, but when they were using those dredgings, the dredgers were catching some of the habitat, not just the thing, and they cut it out, and they're making a big comeback. Also, in the news, we want to tell everybody, we mentioned in store, this coming Thursday, I want to remind y'all one more time, this Thursday night, the Live Oak of Raymond, Almonds Jefferson, it's the Star Banquet. They're giving out the boats, the kids' trophies, the kids' boats, everything will be there. Food is going to be outstanding. We'll all be there. Come visit. That's the Star Banquet. It starts, I think the doors open at 5:30 too, open. So we'll see you there. Another news, E15, ethanol, tainted gas. Everybody in the boat industry want to get rid of it. They go around shopping for none. The president just approved more selling of E15. That's a political move. You can do whatever you want. Also got that high water. I had a few pictures. Leonard died. Bruce died. Sent some the high water at Grand Isle. I had a few pictures under my camp. I don't know if I sent it to Chris or not, but that water was high. That east wind and all that.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures. It got up there.
That water was high everywhere. Grand Isle, Slidell, North Shore, everywhere. So when we come back, we're gonna have the Berkeley. I'll move up to a fishing report.
Hi, I'm John Jackson, and you know we always say we gather our groceries out the bayou. Whether it's freshwater, saltwater, catfish, redfish, you have tons of choices when it comes to fish in Louisiana. But when I fry fish, there's only one choice, and that's Louisiana fish fry. My new favorite, the Cajun fish fry, has the perfect amount of cornmeal, corn flour, and the perfect mix of spices that really bring the heat. Hey, if you're craving Cajun, go look for the bright red bag at your local grocers. Bring home the taste of Louisiana with Louisiana Fish Fry.
The perfect event calls for the perfect spread of authentic Cajun cuisine. And Catering Cajun has the planners, packages, and chefs to ensure your event is long remembered. For weddings, corporate lunches, or anything in between, give us a call.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. We believe you deserve a quality job.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, and here with my special guest, Mr. John Langwell. John, before there was hogs, and I know it's still there, but snapper was your passion. You had your boat was named Snapper Time.
Yes, sir.
You fished so many Grand Isle rodeos. Look, before I get started, I just want to show you, I told you to bring some, and you said, man, I got too many, but look, hold yours up, buddy. This is some of the awards he won at the Grand Isle Tarpon Rodeo, and not just that.
Couple old jewels.
You had the Golden Medal, the Fuchs rodeos, they had all the rodeos. He was always in the money. I used to take many a picture. I've been doing this show for 16 years, and I remember getting an interview and a picture of that 37 pounds somewhere. I ain't going to ask Chris to look it up. It's so far, but you sent us some pictures. I asked you, send me a picture summer. Now, this is what amazes me. You used to target big one. You go out at night during the day. He still won't tell me his best bait. I saw a show the other day talking about best baits for snapper, but he's still competitive. I like that about you, John.
Well, Gary,
but I got a show I like to give him information. If I ever find out, we're going to do it.
We're going to spread the word.
We're going to spread the word, but we're going to talk about it right now.
Okay.
So I want to know some of your accomplishments. At one time, I know I've seen a bunch of times you weighed red snapper way over 27, all them you win with them. But it was a bunch of times I see you weigh snapper over 30 pounds. During the rodeo, how many fish you think you weighed in over 30 pounds?
Oh, I've probably got a good 7 or 8 over 30. I know for sure a 34 and 3 33s and a couple 32s and somewhere in between 30 and 32. I've caught a couple of them, so I've got my numbers up there. A few of them.
Besides your passion, besides the passion right now you have, for hog hunting, what made you stop?
Well, it was about the regulations. It was about doing it for so long. I did it for 25 years. I fished all the rodeos in Grand Isle, and I had a blast doing it. But it got to where it was more work than fun. And when that started happening, I started kind of weighing in on, my priorities. And I also had a grandbaby.
Well, some of the priorities was you can't keep it too fit.
Yeah.
Gas prices went to over $3, $4.
Yep.
And
it was.
And boat.
Yep.
A lot of people, you fought rough. Well, I saw you come in one time and you say it was all rough for you. I think when you caught that big one.
I got my butt whipped many times out there by rough weather, and I'm sure anybody that goes enough.
A lot of people would quit going with you.
Shares
so
the stories on that.
Yeah.
The expense was tough. And, it just, you do something for 25 years and then you have a grandbaby, you start weighing it out, and I just wanted to spend more time with my grandbaby and less time saltwater fishing and spending all that money. And like you said, the regulations got really bad. Got to where I think, for 2 summers they only had it open for a month at a time, or,
I understand that. Everybody understands that,
It's better now, but it's too late,
But I want to tell you right now, the Grand Isle Rodeo is the big daddy. It's the glamour rodeo. It's one of the best around. But they had one more that you got invited to, and it brought you a big honor because there was so many good fishermen there. What rodeo was that, and how many places you took in all the divisions?
Okay, other than the 2 wins.
He didn't want to brag. I had to pull this out of him. Go ahead.
So other than the 2 wins with the Star Tournament in '99 and 2014, and these 2 nice trophies here I won at the Tarpon Rodeo, it was the Louisiana Invitational, and it was a year after Katrina. We had lost our camp, and we was renting an old place down there to get by through the summer, and it made it a whole lot better to know that when we started off with the Louisiana Invitational, that went offshore and we caught these big snapper and big grouper. We had first, second, and third, I believe, in snapper, and I had like a 65-pound grouper, and I had a 60-pound wahoo, and we had all these nice fish on the board. I did, and went to weigh them in, and I just was curious. I asked the lady, the weighmaster, I said, so who's got the best boat and best fisherman? I'm just curious because I had never won it, always wanted to win best boat and best fisherman. And she said, well, there's somebody off the pier that's got best fisherman right now, and she said, you got the best boat, but the best fisherman is a guy that's got first, second, and third in spade fish. I think he had first, second, and third in croaker, and none of them were bigger than a pound. And he might have had a first place in redfish. And he said, he's got more points than you. I said, well, you know what I'm going to do? She said, well, you got an hour and a half before the scales close for the tournament. She goes, go down the street and try to get you something, or get in the boat and go. I said, well, you know what? I got the spot for that. And I went down the road to our old trailer park where the camp was blown away. And I went off the bank there knowing that I could possibly catch a redfish and a croaker, and I did. I caught a redfish and I caught a croaker that placed, which allowed me the points, and I won best fisherman. So it was one of the funner rodeos just by what happened there and the story to it, but it was good stuff.
John, so glad to have you.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Right now, I got another person sitting over here, Mr. Rudy. I'm gonna tell you about it. They've been talking back and forth while we're taping. I'm gonna introduce you to him too in the fishing report. So, you watching Paradise, Louisiana? Stay tuned. But Berkeley, I will go see a fishing report.
Okay, Brett, safety and car insurance.
Never scored a safety. That's defense. But go on, please.
Yeah, defensive. That's exactly how you should drive.
There is no such thing as a defensive drive. Offense makes the drive.
Oh, I mean when you're on the road.
But it doesn't matter, home or away.
Okay, clearly I'm striking out here.
That's baseball.
Get great auto rates from Farm Bureau Insurance. Call your agent today.
Well, the reason why I would recommend him because he's trustworthy. I mean, attention and love and respect of who you are, what you are, and the purpose why you came, he honors that. Once you're with Murphy, you got a friend.
On this episode of Dockside TV, we're going to break out the matrix crawl, run it on the surface, and we're going to catch different species between redfish and bass. Stay tuned for this great action.
Off of it. I saw that road. I think there was a bass chasing it, and then he came off, and then I saw him and dropped it on him. You saw that?
Yeah. Saw the whole thing.
It's a hammer. Hammer, hammer. All right, what we like to do with these craws is when it gets cloudy like today, just blind cast them, because you're gonna catch a lot of bass with them. On this particular fish, I was blind casting. I had a bass following it up. The bass peeled off of it. I looked down, there's a redfish just floating right by me. I moved my rod tip to where it would drag the lure in front of him. Boom, he jumped on it. That was pretty exciting. That has to be a red, jumped off the bank. If it ain't, it's a big bass. It's not. Red daddy. Charging off the bank.
Pretty fish.
Cheaper to keep her. Cheaper to keep her. Is that a red? That's gotta be. Oh, right red. Oh, right red? Nope, I don't think so. We will check him. We will check him. I think he's a little short. Actually makes it by the skin of his chinny chin chin. But we'll go ahead and let him go. Well, as you can see, the morning started off hot with redfish action. Our intentions were to simply sight fish, but the clouds covered the sun all morning. It was very hard to see into the water. That's why we started blind casting the matrix crawl. And it's just a very effective way to blind cast a bait because it puts out a lot of good vibration. You can run it under the water almost like a spinner bait, or you can keep it up high on the surface if the fish are active like they were this particular day, and run it like a frog, like a topwater frog. Now what you want to do is we sell both of these products on matrixshed.com. This is our weedless hook. That's the White Lightning Matrix Crawl, which color wasn't important, we just happen to be using white. You get a corkscrew the nose of the lure into the top of the hook where the corkscrew is. Then you're going to simply Texas rig or Tex bow it. You're going to go through the body of the bait, and then you can even rebury the hook like that right there. Now once we got into a few turns in this particular bayou, the bass took over. We didn't catch as many redfish once that happened. It was almost every cast for a good while, a couple of bends in the bayou, and all we were doing was fishing a bite. It's typically 4 to 5 foot of water, but the water was really low due to some west winds. So on this particular day, it was holding about 2 foot of water and a perfect grass vegetation on the bottom, and these bass were coming out of the water and just blowing up the matrix crawl left and right. And it made it very exciting to be able to get the redfish bites along with the bass bites all in the same area. Stay tuned for these clips of the bass just going crazy on the matrix crawl. Did you see that?
Nice bass.
Did you see that sucker
I
come?
saw that.
He came out the water and grabbed it. Tell me he didn't want that. Tell me he didn't want that. Chunk. That chunk. Oh, there goes a red. Chunk. Oh, fish on. He busted it, huh?
Oh yeah. Nice fish.
And warm with
It's a
him.
nice little fish.
This is what we're using right here. Swim bait hook from matrixshed.com. Catching green trout. Running it like a frog on the surface. Just like this here. Cast it out, burn it in. Cast it out, burn it in. Them little legs kicking on the surface. Can't resist. Oh, I have one on me. Uh-huh. Try that one more time. Cast it out. Burn. Oh, look at him come off the bank. There he is. Cast it out, reel it in. It's real complicated. Cast it out, reel it in. Well, we used to catch speckled trout this time of year in the Pontchartrain Basin.
Hey y'all, it's Sam Barbera. I'm with the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries Foundation. The foundation is a nonprofit that raises funds and provides support for the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries Department. We assist with numerous projects like black bear, whooping crane, bald eagle, as well as family, youth, and women's workshops. For all of the information on the foundation, visit lawff.org. We need your support to help our wildlife and fisheries. Visit lawff.org.
In Louisiana, our state parks are the perfect family destination. With nearly 180 miles of trails through park grounds and historic sites, you can endlessly explore nature, try some kayaking or world-class fishing, then find the perfect campsite or settle into a cozy cabin. Louisiana is calling, and she's using her outside voice. Plan your escape today at www.lastateparks.com.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report. Mr. Rudy Valenciano, he's been sitting over here. We're eating in Bastrop. You come here almost every week.
On Mondays. Every Monday I come over here.
Yeah, come over. Get them red beans?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're the best. And they got to exchanging ideas about him with snapper and him with the mangrove snapper. You know, I don't have no offshore report. I heard some reports that people catching tuna and going out in Venice and a couple of places. What's the offshore report from you?
Well, we haven't been able to get out. My son Eric went out with his wife Katie for the ladies fishing tournament. Right. They were not able to fish on Friday, so they tried to. Saturday was 4-foot seas, so they really were not able to get out. So they're fishing shore, but we haven't been able to get out. I don't fish as much as I like to, but we try to get out there as much as we can, but not lately. We haven't been. At the end of August, we fished for 5 straight days. Me, my 2 sons, and 3 friends, and we did real well. We caught a lot of fish. Nothing really big for the Star Tournament that we've been very successful with on the cobia.
I was there
for the last 5 years.
I was there for the ladies tournament too, and some of them offshore boys that fought, they came up with the deck full of mangrove snapper.
Yeah, they went Friday, and then go Saturday.
Yeah, this come in Saturday too, but they fought it. There were a bunch of ladies. I don't know where they did. Or they might have went Friday and weighed them in Saturday. I don't know, but tell you, Mr. Rudy, I'm gonna make this quick, but. You're on a red snapper advisory of the Gulf of Mexico Fisheries Council. You was appointed this past year. Real quick, any news that you think is going to come up that's going to be advantageous to the snapper fishing?
Oh yeah. The Gulf Fisheries went and commissioned a new count on red snapper, and from what I hear, the count was a lot higher than what we have been hearing before. And it's not official yet, but you're going to see the red snapper go from, for the recreational, from 743,000 pounds. It may be somewhere around 815,000 pounds. So that's going to be quite an addition, yeah.
Good news. Well, look, let's go while we're talking about it. Let's go to coastal fishing right now. I got a bunch of reports now coming in. I got one picture come from South Carolina. They've been getting beat up over there. Unbelievable. You know, with all the storms. Martin Mouton here has been catching some redfish over there, and he's sitting in. He started teaching those people in South Carolina. They got a lot of good fishing in South Carolina, but Martin has been showing them how we do it in Louisiana. Delacroix, Charles Williams, a limit of redfish, live shrimp off the twin pipelines in Oak River. Shell Beach, John, you got to get some repeat.
Yeah, I got a little fishing report. Voodoo shrimp under a cork, just catching redfish, bass, and speckled trout. Just here recently, a couple times in a row, some friends went and did really good. Limited out quick.
And back in that area, Hopedale, April Rube, scouting with Melissa Lawson. They scouting for the IFA in October 26th and 27th. They've been fishing all over. It's just unbelievable. And her daughter Anna Rosanna Dana, I call her Anna, but she's a little girl, outdoorsman, she's a sportsman. She's gonna be one of the fishermen coming up right now. Like I told y'all earlier, these 2 girls have been fishing the tournaments the last IFA the last couple of years, and you always got over 100 fishermen fishing teams, and they come in 42nd, 34th. Last 2 tournaments, so look for them. Lake Catherine, Lake Bruin, Miss Angie Stewart, Island Marina. After all that east wind and all that high water, it wasn't too much. But all of a sudden, this past weekend, it just tore up right ago. There in Lake Bourne, they were catching fish off the deep drop-offs. They were catching them on drop shot. They were using live shrimp or plastic. White trout. I know Mike Gallo and Dudley and them have been taking the people that ain't fishing tournaments. Them white trout are easy to find in Lake Bourne and them, and they're catching them white trout. Also in Grand Isle, that's what I hear. The trout have not been there. Redfish are crazy in Grand Isle right now. Everybody was coming, Leeville, everybody, redfish, flounder, but the trout, where the trout? Where you hear?
At night under the lights, the white trout, especially under the green light, they're thick under the green light.
You know the best bait that they told me that 2-inch gulp that glow with the chartreuse tail.
I think you can throw anything in there and they hit it.
That's good. Look, at Dulac, T. Irving's Marina in Dulac, John Benoist keeps sending us a report every week. He had Bert Hargrave and Bobby Domain that they were fished over there and had no trouble. And fishing out of Dulac at T. Irving's. And T. Irving, by the way, thank you. He's sent me a picture. He's sending me some koozies. So maybe in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to put one of his koozies on, give him some free advertising. So now let's go to freshwater. We ain't had a freshwater report. Now, you got more than I got. Well, tell me about Jack Miller's, because you've been in on that.
Yeah, a buddy of mine went last week, and he went the week before, Pat's Bay area. Caught some sac-a-lay, a nice little mess of sac-a-lay, nothing real big, and caught some catfish, you know, by the treetops. He did go with that a couple different times just recently, a week and a half ago, so that'd be something to look at maybe doing, catch a few fish.
Best bait.
Oh, black and chartreuse.
There you go.
Original, yep.
Well, Lake Verret, catfish.
Yeah, that's
given. I talked to Jerry and the Coleman and them. Every time they go to Lake Verret, they're catching those catfish. They're unbelievable, using every kind of bait you can imagine, but they still use night crawlers. They catch them everything, but stink bait, they just catch a lot of catfish right now in Lake Verret. I ain't getting no report from Fox River, but you know, when they're running spells, when them catfish start running around Lake Verret, now you got something even unique. This is a different kind of catfish at Bell River.
Okay, no, actually Bayou Sole and Bayou Pigeon. It's the gaff top catfish.
In the intercoastal. On the spillway side.
On the spillway side, has worked their way up. This started about 5 years ago. I was trying to catch regular blue cats and started catching gaff tops 5 years ago. And this year we went, and just about a month and a half ago, my last little fishing trip, we caught 30-something gaff tops right in front of Pigeon Landing. Yeah, but
I bet you he's one of them don't eat him. I love him.
Yeah, but the trick is if you want to go play with them and you like
all them glamour fish. I love them gaff types. I'm telling you what.
Ain't nothing wrong with them. Just cut the bloodline out, and they're fine. But you got to use cut bait, and you got to use our bait shrimp. So cut shad or bait shrimp's good, but you start using night crawlers, you start getting picked by the regular blue cat. So you got to stick with that.
It's not really a flounder, but it looks like I caught so many at Vyron's Landing before. Now I've seen them, and I've caught them in the spillway on the south end around Flat Lake after these storms. It's unbelievable the flounder that come up in there, you know. And now this time of year, whew, them big blue crabs will be coming out in there.
I believe it. Flounder will make their way up.
Well,
yeah.
Let me give you some more good reports. Bob Black, you just saw the tournament we did, you know, for the medium bass. It's unbelievable the fish are being caught over there. Every kind of bait you can imagine, top water, catching them on crankbaits, worms, flipping that cane. One thing you got to watch, KD almost got caught with his little boy in there a couple of weeks ago. When you're fishing in there and it's tide and the wind starts moving, storms come up, they'll blow them water hoses on you, and they'll trap you in a canal, and your motor might get hot before you get out.
Yeah.
People know how to do it. They back up and keep it on top till they get out.
Yep.
But sometimes they can clog you up. That water hose can cause you trouble.
For sure.
Lake des Almas. This I was bringing you all last week, but I got talking too much and forgot. Lake des Almas. Mike White, Bruce McDonald, all them people over there. Kenny Walter at Outdoor Express. He's doing them bows. He said, "Well, you coming, Mr. Gary? Them sac-a-lay are turning on in des Almas and all those little bars back there." When I was coming down 3127, every landing had 10 or 15 boats where they were going back in there and fishing des Almas or By Bluff or whatever. You know, they were back there. Old River was hot as a pistol 2 weeks ago, and the river came up. I ain't heard from David Pistolata, but David and them were catching some beautiful sac-a-lay in Old River. So that's on my freshwater report. And then again, Toledo Bend, unbelievable where they're catching them catching those specks, they call them sometimes. They call them specks, the white perch, the sac-a-lay. Yeah. They're catching them over there. I haven't gotten any reports from Alexandria north of Red River. So if y'all watching, y'all start sending me some reports. need to get over there. A lot of people are going to be doing blasting casts and going that way. All these hunting seasons coming up. And talking about hunting, look, man, last week I got in a hurry. For some reason, I didn't give Chris those pictures. Let me find them names where I did that hunting. I got all them squirrels we showed you. All them squirrels we didn't show you last week because I forgot to send them. Something happened. I didn't get them to Chris. And I appreciate y'all sending them. So we're going to come back and tell you the last week's report, the photo. The best one was my grandson Blake fishing with his girlfriend's family, the Bullers. And they were out of Ville Platte. And you know, Ville Platte, that's a holiday. When it's opening squirrel season, it's unbelievable. I said they shut the school down on Friday, but I also said they didn't play their ball games on Thursday and Friday. But no, they don't play the ball games on Friday. They move them to Thursday or whenever, because their opening day is tremendous. That's a legend. It's been on every magazine, 60 Minutes, 2020. They always talk about opening squirrel season in Ville Platte. Now, they kill their squirrels in a wildlife management area in Sherburne, so that's a good one. Paige McLean and her family, y'all know Paige, she shoots camera for us, and she's a bow hunter, duck hunter, fisherman, bass fisherman. You will see more of her on Paradise, Louisiana, I hope. She's been so busy, but her and her family, they killed a nice mess of squirrel. And then our old mainstay, our counselor, whatever you want to call him, Carlton Savoy in Santa Ma. Here's some pictures of Carlton with some squirrels, still hunters. And I said last week, Carlton Savoy and Wayne Amato are the best squirrel hunters I did. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate being here.
Oh, we're going to get you back. Don't forget, we got a lot of video coming, dear. We're going to get you back, and we're going to talk more about what's going on at the Gulf Council.
Right.
Good, dear?
Good.
Come back and see us next week. God bless you. This is Paradise, Louisiana.
Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K. Taking it easy. Louisiana State Parks. Follow your outside voice to our parks and historic sites. Farm Bureau Insurance. Demco, your touchstone energy cooperative. Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Louisiana Fish Fry Products. Veterans Help Foundation. Relief Windows. Experience. Quality Service. Catering Cajun. Creative catering from casual to corporate. Visit Baton Rouge, an authentic Louisiana experience. Murphy Law Firm. Don't be a victim twice. And by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.